Have you ever wondered what the partial pressure of CO2 is in a can of soda? Or whether the immune system's antibodies could be synthesized in a lab? It's questions like these that help Marin Meade spark interest in the Science Club at HCC Southwest.
Well, first of all, it's very much a student-led organization. It's basically anything that we students want to do, are interested in doing, and can organize with the help of our faculty advisor, Dr. Lesh. We actually got to see a heart surgery. It was an open heart, I believe it was a quadruple bypass where the heart remained beating the entire time. I actually did not go see that because I'm not really a blood and guts kind of person, but there's a lot of people interested in medicine. Basically, it's anything anyone's interested in. I mean, personally, I'm more physics, kind of that area, but unfortunately not a whole lot of other members are. Mostly, you know, there's nursing students, and there's also the computer science side as well. I attended lectures at A&M, physics lectures and such, and they talked about not just the stuff that you learn in class, but the stuff that they're only just researching, just discovering, and it was just so fascinating. And I love that there are questions I can ask that no one actually knows the answer to, and then I want to find those answers. And the fact that I can actually find out something that nobody knew before about the world is just, it's exciting.
By taking part in the Science Club, students have the opportunity to further their interest in science with extra time in the lab.
You know, the science department here is really great, and also being a homeschool student, I don't have a whole lot of access to labs at home, obviously. I mean, there's certain kitchen experiments you can do, but only so many. And so basically, as I'm in high school now, my only resources were either independent study, correspondence course, or dual credit. And I tried correspondence course, it just didn't work for me. It was just reading a textbook, filling out a worksheet, occasionally doing a kitchen lab, and it just didn't work. I took forever trying to understand stuff because no one was explaining it to me. So I sat in on Dr. Paulabon's chemistry class just to see if I could keep up with it, and then just enrolled the next semester. And I love it because it was so much easier having him explain things and seeing it, and also getting that in-lab experience.
President of the club, Marin Meade, talks a little bit about HCC's science equipment and their functions.
The really cool stuff is back in the back room that is not in the student labs, but there's some really interesting equipment. There's a 3D printer that you can build models, and it basically works it up from scratch. If I remember correctly, it's got basically like an adhesive that it sprays down, then it's got like a powdered material that sticks on, and it builds it up layer by layer by layer until you have this three-dimensional model of like bones or whatever you want to build a model of. And that's really neat. And then there's also there's an electron microscope, and there's also the optical microscope. There's one it's actually digital. So you can actually take digital photographs with it, or videos, and that's actually one of the ones we had out when we had that table out in the Learning Hub with the bake sale, and to get people interested, because there's actually a part that you can actually detach from the main stand, and you can like look at the fibers in your shirt, and it's really fun.
To get updates about upcoming science events, you can email Marin at caniscantus@att.net. For METV, I'm Jordan Bontke.